They say every girl remembers the moment her life changes forever. Mine happened on a stage, under a spotlight, wearing a dress that barely covered me, while strange men shouted numbers that decided my fate. $1 million. That's what I was worth to him. The man with the cold gray eyes and the reputation that made grown men shake. I didn't know his name yet. Didn't know why he was there. Didn't know what he wanted with me. All I knew was that my own father had put me on that stage. And the most dangerous man in the room had just bought me. What I didn't know, that this was only the beginning of the nightmare. Or that sometimes the monster isn't the one you should fear most. I knew something was wrong when Dad came home sober. He never came home sober anymore. Not since Mom died 3 years ago. Not since the gambling started. Not since our nice house became this dump with peeling paint and overdue bills stacked on the counter. But tonight, he was stone cold sober. And that scared me more than the drinking ever did. Sophia. He stood in the doorway of my bedroom. Not drunk swaying. Just standing there. Looking at me with eyes that wouldn't quite meet mine. We need to talk. I closed my laptop. I'd been applying for scholarships. Again. Trying to find a way to pay for college since Dad had gambled away my college fund 6 months ago. What's wrong? He swallowed hard. I made a mistake. A big one. My stomach dropped. How much this time? 200,000. The number hit me like a slap. What? Dad, how? I thought I could win it back. I thought. He ran his hands through his hair. The same dark hair I'd inherited. The same hair Mom used to run her fingers through. They gave me a month. That was 3 weeks ago. And today they came to collect. Who came to collect? He didn't answer. Just stood there, looking at everything except me. Dad. Who? The Kozlov organization. His voice was barely a whisper. Russian mob. I didn't know who I was borrowing from at first. By the time I found out, it was too late. Russian mob. The words didn't feel real. Things like that didn't happen to people like us. We were normal. Boring. I was a 21-year-old college student. Dad was an accountant. Or he used to be before the gambling took over. What did they say? I asked. Even though I didn't want to know. They said I had 1 week to pay. Or they'd take payment another way. What other way? He finally looked at me, and I saw it in his eyes. The answer. The horrible, impossible answer. No. I stood up. Backed away. No. Dad, no. I didn't have a choice, Sophia. They were going to kill me. Kill you. I had to. What did you do? His voice broke. There's an auction. Tomorrow night. For girls like you. They pay high prices for virgins. Clean girls from good families. The Kozlovs run it. They said if I brought you, they'd wipe out my debt. All of it. The room spun. I grabbed my desk to stay standing. You sold me. I'm trying to save our lives. By selling me to be raped. My voice came out as a scream. By strangers? For money. It's one night, Sophia. Just one night. And then we're free. We can start over. I can get help. I can. Get out. I grabbed the nearest thing, a textbook, and threw it at him. It hit the wall next to his head. Get out of my room. He left. I heard him crying in the hallway. Good. He should cry. He should feel like his world was ending. Because mine just did. I locked my door and grabbed my phone. Called my best friend Maya. No answer. Called my aunt in Boston. Voicemail. Called campus security, but what would I even say? My dad sold me to the Russian mob. I pulled up the police department website. Stared at it. Dad said they'd kill us both if I didn't show up. Were the Kozlovs really that dangerous? Would they really kill us? I googled Kozlov organization. The results made me feel sick. Murders. Disappearances. A whole network of crimes spanning 3 states. These weren't people who made empty threats. I looked at my window. 2nd floor. I could jump. Run. But where? I had $200 in my bank account. No car. Dad sold it last month. No family except Aunt Claire in Boston. And if I led the Russian mob to her door, I was trapped. The auction was tomorrow night. In less than 24 hours, I'd be standing on a stage while men bid on my virginity. The thought made me want to throw up. I didn't sleep that night. Just sat on my bed, staring at the wall, trying to figure out how my life had become this nightmare. If you're interested in Sophia's story, please like and subscribe to find out what happens at the auction. Will she find a way to escape? Or is her fate already sealed? Hit that notification bell to see what happens next. The next day moved in slow motion and fast forward at the same time. Dad avoided me, stayed in his room.
Good.
I didn't want to see his face. Didn't want to hear his excuses. At 5 p.m., a black car pulled up outside.
2 men got out. Big.
Serious. The kind of men who hurt people for a living. One of them knocked. Dad answered. I heard low voices. Then Dad called up the stairs. Sophia, it's time.
Time.
Like we were going to dinner. Like this was normal. I came downstairs wearing jeans and my oldest sweatshirt. If they wanted me dolled up, they could do it themselves. The men looked me over. One of them, shaved head, scar across his cheek, nodded. She'll do. Let's go. Can I say goodbye? Dad's voice was small. No, Scarface said. Then to me, car.
Now.
I walked past Dad without looking at him. If I looked at him, I might actually kill him myself. The car was a black SUV with tinted windows. They put me in the back. Scarface drove. The other guy, younger, blonde, sat in the passenger seat. No one talked. We drove for 30 minutes, out of the suburbs into the city, through neighborhoods that got progressively worse. Finally, we pulled up to an old warehouse. The kind you see in crime shows right before someone gets murdered. Out, Scarface said. Inside, the warehouse was cleaner than I expected. Someone had converted it into something almost nice.
Carpet.
Lighting. A long hallway with doors on either side that a woman was waiting. 50s, severe black dress, hair pulled back, so tight it looked painful. She looked me up and down like I was a horse she was thinking about buying. Name? Sophia Bennett.
Age?
21. Virgin. My face burned. Yes. She made a note on her tablet. Any diseases? Drug use?
No.
Good. You'll be number 7 tonight. There are 12 girls total. The auction starts at 9. You have 3 hours to prepare. She snapped her fingers. 2 younger women appeared. Take her to prep. The prep room was like a nightmare salon. Bright lights. Makeup everywhere. Racks of clothes that barely qualified as clothes. The 2 women, they didn't give names, stripped me without asking. I tried to protest, but one of them said, "Make this difficult, and we'll bring Victor. He's not as gentle." So I stood there while they waxed and plucked and scrubbed me raw. Put me in a shower that was too hot. Washed my hair with products that smelled expensive. Blow-dried and curled it until it fell in waves down my back. Then the makeup. Heavy. Dramatic. I didn't recognize myself in the mirror. Finally, the dress.
If you could call it that.
White silk that clung to every curve. So short I couldn't bend over. So low cut I felt naked. Shoes. They handed me white heels. 5 inches at least. I can't walk in these. Learn fast. They put a number on my wrist.
7.
Like I was livestock. Then they left me in a holding room with the other girls. There were 11 of them. All around my age. Some younger, too young. All terrified. Some were crying. Some were too scared to cry. I sat in a corner and tried not to think about what was about to happen. Tried not to imagine strange men looking at me, bidding on me, buying me. A girl next to me, number 9, couldn't be more than 19, was shaking so hard the chair rattled. First time? I asked stupidly. Of course, it was her first time. She nodded, tears running down her face, ruining her makeup. My stepfather sold me, said I was useless anyway. My dad sold me too. Gambling debts. How much? 200,000. She laughed. Not a nice laugh. That's it? I'm worth 50,000. My own stepfather valued me at $50,000. I didn't know what to say to that. Sorry seemed insufficient. The door opened. Severe dressed woman, someone called her Irina, walked in. Listen carefully. You'll go out one at a time. Stand on the mark. Don't speak unless asked a direct question. Don't try to run. The doors are locked, and the guards have orders to shoot. Understand? We all nodded. Good. The buyers tonight are high level, wealthy, important. You should feel honored. Honored.
Right.
Honored to be sold like meat. Number 1. You're up. A tiny brunette, number 1, stood on shaking legs and followed Irina out. The door closed behind them. We waited in silence. Heard a door open somewhere. Heard voices. Male voices. Talking. Laughing, then applause. Number 1 had been sold. Number 2. This continued. One by one, the girls were let out. One by one, we heard the applause. Some louder than others. Some sold quickly. Some took longer. I was number 7, middle of the pack. When number 6 left, I stood up. My legs barely worked. The heels didn't help. The door opened. Irina looked at me. You're up. Try to smile. Virgins who smile go for more money. I didn't smile. She led me down a hallway. I could hear voices ahead. Lots of them. Male voices. Speaking different languages. Russian. English. Others I didn't recognize. We reached a curtain. Behind it was the stage. Behind that stage were the men who'd paid to be here. The men who bought women. Remember, Irina said, don't speak. Don't run. Just stand there and let them look. She pushed me through the curtain. The stage was small. A raised platform with a single spotlight. Beyond the spotlight, I could see shapes, bodies. Men sitting in chairs, holding glasses, talking quietly among themselves. I stepped onto the mark. The spotlight hit me. I couldn't see anything beyond it. Just shapes, shadows. An auctioneer's voice boomed. Number 7. Sophia, 21 years old. College student. Certified virgin. No diseases. No drugs. Clean family. Starting bid 50,000. Silence. Then a voice from the darkness. 50. Another voice. 75. 100. The bids came faster. I stood there, frozen, while men put prices on my body, on my virginity, on my future. 150. 200. The bids slowed around 250. The auctioneer was about to call it when a new voice cut through the darkness. 1 million. The whole room went silent. The auctioneer stuttered. 1 million? Sir, the current bid is only $1 million.
Cash.
Tonight. Someone in the audience whispered. Someone else swore. I heard the word Volkov passed around.
Scared.
Respectful. The auctioneer cleared his throat. Does anyone wish to counter? Silence. Going once. Going twice.
Sold.
Number 7 to Mr. Volkov for $1 million. The spotlight went off. Hands grabbed me. Irina's pulling me backstage. You lucky bitch, she hissed. Do you know who just bought you? I shook my head. Konstantin Volkov. The Volkov. He owns half the city. Never comes to these auctions. Never bids. And he just paid $1 million for you. She said it like I should be grateful. Like I should be happy the most dangerous man in the room had just purchased me that I was pulled to another room.
Told to wait.
The door locked behind me. I sat there, shaking, for what felt like hours. What felt like minutes. Time didn't work right anymore. Then the door opened, and he walked in. Want to know what happens when Sophia meets the man who bought her? Will Konstantin Volkov be her savior or her nightmare? Like and subscribe to find out what the most dangerous man in the underworld wants from Sophia. Drop a comment with your theories. Until next time, stay safe out there. The first thing I noticed was his height. He had to duck slightly coming through the door.
Tall.
Broad-shouldered. Expensive suit that probably cost more than Dad's debt. The second thing I noticed was his face. Sharp.
Cold.
Handsome in a way that felt dangerous. Like a knife is beautiful right before it cuts you. The third thing, his eyes.
Gray.
Like storm clouds. Like steel. Looking at me like he was trying to see inside my head. He closed the door behind him. Locked it. The click made me flinch. Stand up, he said. His accent was Russian, but faint. Like he'd worked to hide it. I stood. The heels made me wobble. He walked around me slowly. Not touching. Just looking. I felt like an insect under a microscope. How old are you? He asked. 21. Your father sold you. Not a question. Yes. For gambling debts. Yes. To the Kozlovs. Yes. He stopped in front of me. Up close, I could see details. A scar across his left eyebrow. A tattoo peeking out from his collar. Russian prison tattoos. I'd seen them in documentaries. This man had done time. Serious time. Do you know who I am? He asked. Konstantin Volkov. Do you know what that means? You're powerful. Dangerous. A smile ghosted across his face. Not a nice smile. I run the Volkov Bratva, the largest Russian criminal organization on the East Coast. I control drugs, weapons, money laundering, and several legitimate businesses. I have 100 men who would kill for me without question. The police can't touch me. The feds have tried to bring me down for 15 years. All have failed. He leaned in closer. I could smell his cologne. Expensive. Clean. I just paid $1 million for you. Do you know why? I shook my head. Because I don't like the Kozlovs. I don't like what they do. And I especially don't like Victor Kozlov. Victor. I'd heard that name in the prep room. One of the girls had whispered it like a curse. So you bought me to what? Get back at them? I bought you because Victor wanted you. I saw him in the audience. Saw him lean forward when you came out. He was prepared to bid high. Very high. Constantine's voice was flat. Matter of fact. Victor has particular tastes. Girls he buys don't fare well. They don't survive well. My blood went cold. So I outbid him. Decisively. To send a message. What message? That nothing he wants is beyond my reach. That I can take anything from him, anytime I want. So, I'm just a message. Anger cut through my fear. A point you're making?
No.
He stepped back, pulled out his phone, and typed something. You're a person, which is more than anyone else in this building sees you as. You still bought me.
Yes.
I did. And now we need to discuss what happens next. What happens next is you do whatever you paid for, and then let me go. I said, even though my voice shook. He looked at me for a long moment. I'm not going to touch you, Sophia. I blinked. What? I'm not going to rape you. I have no interest in forcing myself on terrified women. Then why? Because if I didn't buy you, Victor would have. And you'd be dead within a month. Probably less. Probably wishing you were dead much sooner than that. I sat down hard on the chair. My legs wouldn't hold me anymore. So what now? I whispered. Now, I take you out of here. We go to my property. You stay there while I sort out the situation with your father and the Kozlovs. And then we'll discuss your options. What options? I'm a slave now.
Property.
You paid $1 million. I paid $1 million to save your life. His voice got hard. Sharp. But if you want to go back home, I'll drive you there myself. Walk you to your door. And when Victor shows up tomorrow, because he will show up, you can deal with him on your own. The way he said it made it clear what dealing with Victor would mean. So my options are to stay with you or die. Your options are accept protection from someone you don't trust, or take your chances with someone much worse. Yes. I hated that he was right. Hated everything about this. But he was right. How long? I asked. How long what? How long do I have to stay with you? He considered. Until I neutralize the threat. A week. Maybe 2. And after that? After that, you're free to go wherever you want. Just like that? You spend $1 million and then let me walk away? I don't keep people against their will, Sophia. I'm not that kind of man. You're a criminal.
A mob boss.
You just said you run drugs and weapons. I run businesses. Some legal, some not. I hurt people who threaten my organization. I enforce loyalty. But I don't rape. I don't traffic women. And I don't keep slaves. He moved toward the door. You have 5 seconds to decide. Come with me, or I leave you here for Victor. That's not a choice. It's the only choice you have tonight. 1,
2,
3. Fine. I stood up. I'll go with you. Smart girl. He opened the door. Stay close to me. Don't speak to anyone. Don't look at anyone. Just walk. I followed him out into the hallway. Men were everywhere now. Buyers collecting their purchases. I saw number 3, the tiny brunette, being led away by a fat man in his 60s. She was crying. He was smiling. I felt sick. Constantine's hand went to the small of my back, guiding me, protective but firm. We walked past Irina, who looked shocked, past Scarface, who looked angry, past all of them, into the night air, into a parking lot full of expensive cars. Constantine led me to a black Mercedes. Open the passenger door. Get in. I got in. The seat was leather, heated, more luxury than I'd ever experienced. He got in the driver's side, started the car. We pulled out of the parking lot in silence. Where are we going? I finally asked. My estate. About 40 minutes from here. Your estate. I own several properties. The estate is the most secure. And the most comfortable. We drove in silence for a while. I watched the city lights blur past. Tried not to think about what almost happened. What would have happened if Constantine hadn't bid? Why? The word came out before I could stop it. Why what? Why did you really buy me? The Victor thing makes sense, but $1 million? Just to spite someone. He was quiet for so long, I thought he wouldn't answer. Then, I had a sister once. Younger than me. Beautiful. Innocent.
Had.
Past tense. Our father owed money. A lot of money. When he couldn't pay, they came for her instead. She was 16. They sold her. Just like they sold you tonight. His hands tightened on the wheel. Knuckles white. I was in prison. Couldn't protect her. Couldn't save her. By the time I got out, she was dead. Overdose. But really, she died the night they sold her. I'm sorry, I whispered. I swore then that if I ever had the power, the money, the reach, I'd stop it from happening to anyone else. When I could, when I saw it. He glanced at me. Tonight I saw it. So I stopped it. For $1 million. Money means nothing. It's paper. Numbers in an account. My sister's life, your life, that means something. I didn't know what to say to that. This man, this criminal, this mob boss, he just paid a fortune to save a stranger because he couldn't save his sister. Thank you, I said quietly. He nodded once. Don't thank me yet. You're not out of this. Your father still owes the Kozlovs $200,000. They won't forget that. And Victor, he doesn't like losing, especially to me. So what happens now? Now you stay at my estate, under my protection, while I handle the Kozlovs, while I make sure you're safe. And my father? His expression got cold. Your father sold his daughter to pay his gambling debts. What do you think should happen to him? I thought about Dad, about growing up with his hugs and terrible jokes, about him teaching me to ride a bike, about him crying at Mom's funeral, and I thought about him looking at me with dead eyes and saying, "It's just one night." I don't know, I admitted. When you figure it out, let me know. We drove the rest of the way in silence. Thanks for staying with Sold to the Devil. What will happen when Sophia arrives at Constantine's estate? Can she trust this dangerous man who saved her? And what will Victor do when he finds out she's under Volkov's protection? Like and subscribe to find out. Drop a comment. Is Constantine a hero, or is Sophia jumping from one danger into another? Until next time, stay safe. The estate was exactly what you'd expect from a mob boss who threw around millions like pocket change, a long driveway, gates that probably cost more than a house, grounds that went on forever, and at the end of it all, a mansion, modern, all glass and clean lines and money. You live here alone? I asked as we pulled up. I have staff, security, but yes, essentially alone. A man was waiting at the entrance. 50s, military posture. He opened my door before I could reach for the handle. "Miss Bennett," he said with a slight nod. Professional, respectful. "This is Dmitri," Constantine said. "Head of security. Anything you need, ask him." "Welcome," Dmitri said. His accent was thicker than Constantine's. "Your room is prepared." He led us inside. The entryway alone was bigger than my apartment. Marble floors. Art that looked expensive. Everything clean and cold and perfect. This way. Dmitri led me up a curved staircase to the second floor. Down a hallway. Opened a door. The room was bigger than my entire apartment back home. King-sized bed. Private bathroom. A closet that could fit 50 people. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the grounds. "Your clothes will arrive tomorrow," Constantine said from the doorway. "For tonight, there are basics in the dresser." My clothes? I had my assistant order a wardrobe. Appropriate sizes, based on... He gestured vaguely. "Tonight."
Right.
"Based on standing half-naked on a stage." "Breakfast is at 8, he continued. "But the kitchen is available whenever you're hungry. Dmitri will show you around tomorrow." Am I allowed to leave? The room, I mean. Or am I a prisoner?
No.
You're a guest. A protected guest, but a guest. The only rule is don't leave the property without security. It's not safe. Because of Victor. Because of Victor. And because your father will eventually tell the Kozlovs where you are. Or they'll figure it out. Either way, they'll come looking.
Great.
Comforting. "Get some rest," Constantine said. Then he was gone. The door closed behind him. I stood there, in this massive room, in this stranger's house, wearing a dress that made me feel naked. Then I went to the bathroom and threw up. When there was nothing left, I stripped off the dress. Found a t-shirt in the dresser. Men's, huge on me, smelling like laundry detergent.
Put it on.
Climbed into the bed. The sheets were soft. Expensive. Nothing like my old bed at home.
Home.
Where Dad was probably passed out drunk. Or maybe awake, wondering if I was dead. Wondering if the Kozlovs had killed me anyway. Part of me hoped they had killed him. The rest of me felt guilty for hoping that I should have cried. Should have broken down. But I was too numb. Too exhausted. Too everything. I fell asleep and dreamed of spotlights and shadows and a man with gray eyes saying, "You're not out of this yet." I woke to sunlight streaming through windows I'd forgotten to close. For a moment, I didn't remember where I was. Then it all came rushing back. The auction. The bidding. Konstantin Volkov. I checked my phone.
Dead.
Of course. I hadn't charged it since yesterday. A clock on the nightstand said 9:47 a.m. I'd missed breakfast. There was a knock on the door. "Miss Bennett? Are you awake?" Dmitri. "Yes. Come in." He entered carrying a tray. "Mr. Volkov, thought you might sleep late. I brought food." The tray had coffee, fruit, pastries, and eggs. More food than I could eat in a week. "Thank you." Mr. Volkov is in his office. He asked that you join him when you're ready. No rush. Dmitri set the tray on a table by the window. "Take your time." After he left, I ate. Not because I was hungry, I wasn't, but because I needed something normal. Something routine. Then I showered. Found clothes in the closet, jeans, a sweater, underwear, all my size, all brand new with tags still on. It was weird, thoughtful, and creepy at the same time. I got dressed and went looking for Konstantin's office. The house was a maze. Hallways that led to more hallways. Rooms I didn't dare look into. Finally, I heard voices and followed them. Konstantin's office was at the end of a hallway. The door was open. He sat behind a huge desk, phone to his ear, speaking rapid Russian. When he saw me, he held up one finger.
Wait.
I waited in the doorway. He finished his call, looked at me. "You slept well?" As well as can be expected after being sold at an auction. Something almost like amusement crossed his face.
Fair.
"Sit." I sat in one of the leather chairs facing his desk. The office was masculine. Dark wood. Books. A painting that looked old and expensive. "We need to discuss your father," Konstantin said. My stomach clenched. What about him? The Kozlovs still expect payment. 200,000. They won't accept me buying you as payment for his death. Why not? You paid way more then, because the money from the auction goes to the auction house, not to specific debts. Your father's debt to the Kozlovs is separate. So, what happens? I'm offering to pay it. I stared at him. Why would you do that? Because if I don't, they'll kill him. And despite what he did, I assume you don't want your father dead.
Did I?
I didn't know anymore. What do you want in exchange? Nothing. Nobody pays $200,000 for nothing. I do. He leaned back in his chair. Consider it an extension of last night's rescue. I saved you. Now I save him. Package deal. There has to be a catch. No catch. Though, I do have a condition. There it was. What condition? Your father goes to rehab. Real rehab. 3 months minimum. I have a facility. Private. Secure. Good success rate. You have a rehab facility. I have many facilities. This one helps people with addiction.
Gambling. Drugs.
Alcohol. Whatever. Why? He was quiet for a moment. Because addiction destroys families. I've seen it too many times. My father was an addict.
Drugs.
It's what got him killed. What got my sister sold.
He met my eyes.
Your father has a disease. He needs help, not death. I wanted to argue. Wanted to say Dad deserved whatever happened. But I couldn't. Okay, I said quietly. He goes to rehab. Good. I'll arrange pickup today. Can I see him? Before?
Do you want to?
Did I? I thought about Dad standing in my doorway, telling me he'd sold me. The look in his eyes. No, I admitted. Not yet. When you're ready, let me know. He'll be safe at the facility. And the Kozlovs? They'll just accept you paying his debt. I'm making it clear that your father is under my protection now. That means they don't touch him. Or you. Will they listen? They'll listen. The Kozlovs may be powerful, but I'm more powerful. They know that. And Victor? Konstantin's expression got cold.
Hard.
Victor is a problem. He doesn't like being outbid. Doesn't like public humiliation. He'll try something. Like what? Like taking you anyway. Like hurting you to hurt me. Like making an example. Fear shot through me. So, I'm not safe. You're safer than you were. But no, Not completely safe. Not yet. He stood up, came around the desk. Which is why you don't leave the property. Why Dmitri, or one of my men will be with you at all times. Why you trust no one except me. I don't trust you.
Smart.
You shouldn't. But you should trust that I keep my word. I said I'd protect you. I will. Until when? Until Victor is no longer a threat. How do you make him not a threat? He didn't answer. Didn't need to. I knew what he meant. You're going to kill him, I whispered. I'm going to handle the situation. How I handle it is my concern, not yours. I don't want people dying because of me. People die in my world all the time, Sophia. Usually for much worse reasons than protecting an innocent woman. I'm not worth. Yes, you are. He said it with such certainty, such finality. You're worth protecting. Your life matters. Don't let what your father did make you think otherwise. Tears burned behind my eyes. I blinked them back. I should hate you. Why? Because you're a criminal. Because you hurt people. Because you're everything I should be afraid of. But you don't hate me. I don't know what I feel about you. That's honest, at least. He moved back to his desk. Dmitri will show you the grounds. The gym.
The pool.
Library. Anything you want to use is yours. I'm not a guest. I'm a complication you're dealing with. You can be both. I stood up to leave. Stopped at the door. Constantine? Yes. Thank you. For last night. For saving me. I know I didn't say it properly before. You don't need to thank me for doing what's right, Sophia. Most people wouldn't consider buying someone at an auction doing what's right. Most people aren't me.
No.
They definitely weren't. The next few days fell into a strange routine that I woke up late, ate breakfast alone, explored the massive house,
The grounds.
tried to feel normal in a situation that was anything but. Dmitri was always nearby, not hovering but present, watching, protecting that I saw Constantine mostly at dinner. He insisted on eating together.
Said it was civilized.
I think he just wanted to make sure I was okay, that we didn't talk much at first. Small talk, weather,
Books.
anything but the real situation. But slowly, carefully, we started to open up. Why did you go to prison? I asked one night over pasta I couldn't pronounce. He didn't flinch at the question. I killed someone. 3 someones, actually. Oh, they had it coming. They were trafficking children. I found out. I handled it. I put bullets in their heads. The police called it murder. I called it justice.
He sipped his wine.
I was 19. Served 8 years. Do you regret it? Killing them?
No.
Getting caught? Yes. That's not normal, you know. Not regretting murder. I'm not a normal man, Sophia. I thought we'd established that. We had. But hearing him talk about killing people so casually should have scared me more than it did. What about you? He asked. What were you studying before all this? Psychology. I wanted to be a therapist, help people with trauma. Ironic. Yeah, real ironic. I pushed food around my plate. I had 1 semester left. Was applying for grad schools. Had my whole life planned out.
You can still do that.
After this is over.
Can I?
Or am I ruined now? The girl who got sold at an auction. The girl who lived with a mob boss. You're not ruined. You're surviving. There's a difference. Is there? Yes. He set down his fork. I've seen ruined, Sophia. I've seen what trauma does when people can't survive it. You're still here. Still fighting. Still yourself. That's not ruined. That's strong. I don't feel strong. Strength isn't feeling fearless. It's being afraid and keeping going anyway. I looked at him. Really looked at him. This dangerous man with gray eyes and prison tattoos who quoted philosophy and saved strangers. You're not what I expected, I said. What did you expect? A monster. I am a monster. Just not to you. And somehow, that was both terrifying and comforting. On day 5, everything changed. I was in the library, an actual library with thousands of books, when Dmitri burst in. Miss Bennett.
Come with me.
Now. His tone made my blood run cold. What's wrong? Victor. He's at the gate. With 20 men. He's demanding we hand you over. My heart stopped.
What?
Mr. Volkov is handling it, but I need you in the safe room.
Now.
He grabbed my arm, not rough, but urgent, and pulled me out of the library, down a hallway, through a door I'd never noticed, downstairs into a basement. The safe room was exactly that. Reinforced walls, monitors showing every angle of the property, enough supplies to last weeks. Stay here. Lock the door. Don't open it for anyone but me or Mr. Volkov. Understand? Where's Konstantin? Dealing with Victor. He'll be fine. He's done this before.
Dmitri left.
The lock clicked behind him. I ran to the monitors, found the one showing the front gate, and there he was, Victor Kozlov. Older than I expected. 50s maybe. Well-dressed. Normal looking. Except for his eyes. Even through the camera, I could see his eyes.
Dead. Cold.
The eyes of someone who'd done terrible things and enjoyed them. He was talking. I couldn't hear through the monitor, but I could see his mouth moving. Animated.
Angry.
Then I found the audio feed. Turned it on. Insulted me, Volkov. You took what was mine. Konstantin's voice, calm and deadly. She was never yours, Victor. She's a person, not property. I paid good money to attend that auction. I had my eye on that girl, and you swooped in with your ridiculous bid just to humiliate me. If you feel humiliated, that's your problem, not mine. Give her to me.
Now.
And we'll forget this happened.
No.
No. Victor laughed. You think you can deny me? You think your protection means anything? I think if you don't leave my property in the next 60 seconds, I'll have my men open fire. And unlike you, Victor, my men don't miss. You'd start a war over some whore? I heard Konstantin's voice go even colder. Call her that again. Please. Give me an excuse. Victor seemed to realize he'd crossed a line. This isn't over, Volkov.
Yes.
It is. Go home, Victor. Forget about Sofia. Forget about the auction. Walk away. And if I don't, then I'll bury you next to your brother. You remember Alexei, don't you? He also didn't know when to walk away. Silence. Even through the camera, I could see Victor's face go pale. You killed Alexei? I handled threats to my organization. Alexei was a threat, just like you're becoming a threat. Konstantin's voice was matter of fact. So let me be very clear. Sophia Bennett is under my protection. She's off limits. Anyone who touches her, looks at her wrong, even thinks about her, answers to me. Spread that message to every organization in the city. Understood. Victor stared at him for a long moment. Then he turned and walked back to his car. His men followed. They drove away. I watched until they were gone. Then I collapsed into a chair, shaking. 10 minutes later, the door unlocked. Konstantin came in. They're gone, he said. I heard. I watched on the monitors. You shouldn't have done that. This is my life. I have a right to know what's happening. He considered this. Nodded. Fair enough. Did you really kill his brother?
Yes.
3 years ago, Alexei tried to move into my territory. Tried to take what was mine. I gave him chances to stop. He didn't listen. So you killed him. So I protected what was mine. It's how this world works, Sophia. You protect what matters. At any cost. Is that what I am now? Something that's yours? He moved closer. Close enough that I had to tilt my head back to meet his eyes. No. You're not mine. You're yours. But while you're here, under my protection, I treat threats to you like threats to me. That's the deal. I didn't agree to any deal. You did. When you got in my car 5 days ago. When you let me bring you here. When you accepted my protection. His voice softened. But if you want out, say the word. I'll arrange a new identity. Money. A fresh start anywhere in the world. Just say the word. I should have said it. Should have run as far from this world as possible. But looking at him, at this dangerous man who'd saved me twice now, who'd stood up to Victor Kozlov for me, I couldn't. I don't want out, I whispered. Why not? Because for the first time since Mom died, since Dad fell apart, since my life became a nightmare, I feel safe. With you. In this house. Despite everything that says I shouldn't. Sophia. He reached out, touched my face. Gentle. His hand was warm. Calloused. You shouldn't feel safe with me. I know. I'm dangerous. I hurt people. I kill people. I know. If you stay, if you get close to me, you'll be a target. Forever. Anyone who wants to hurt me will try to hurt you. I know. Then why? His thumb brushed my cheek. Why stay? Because you're the only person who's protected me, chosen me, seen me as worth saving. Because when I look at you, I don't see a monster. I see someone who saved his sister too late and refuses to let it happen again. I see someone who's trying to be good in a bad world. I'm not good, Sophia. Maybe not, but you're good to me. Right now, that's enough. He stared at me for a long moment. Then he did something I didn't expect. He kissed me soft, careful, like I was something precious, something that might break. I kissed him back, because I wanted to, because he'd saved me, because in his arms I felt safe. When we pulled apart, he rested his forehead against mine. "This is a mistake," he murmured. "Probably. I'm going to hurt you. Eventually. It's what I do. Maybe. Or maybe I'll hurt you first." He laughed. Actually laughed. "Maybe." Then he kissed me again. Deeper this time. Hungry. Like he'd been holding back and couldn't anymore. We ended up against the wall. His hands in my hair. My hands gripping his shirt. Both of us desperate for something we couldn't name. He pulled back, breathing hard. "Not here. Not like this." "Where then?" "Upstairs. In my room. Where I can take my time. Where I can do this properly." He looked at me. "If that's what you want, it is." "You're sure? Because once we do this, once we cross this line, there's no going back. You'll be mine. In every way that matters. And you'll be mine. I've been yours since I saw you on that stage. I just didn't want to admit it." He took my hand and led me upstairs. "If you're still with me, thank you for reading Sold to the Devil. Things are about to get even more intense. What happens when Sophia and Constantine cross that final line? And will Victor really walk away, or is he planning something worse? Like and subscribe to find out. Drop a comment. Is this love or just trauma bonding? Until next time, stay safe out there. The next morning, I woke up in Constantine's bed. His room was bigger than mine. Darker. More him. Black sheets. Dark wood furniture. Windows that overlooked the entire property. He was still asleep next to me. On his stomach. Face turned toward me. One arm stretched across my waist. In sleep, he looked younger. Less dangerous. Almost peaceful. I watched him breathe. Traced the lines of his tattoos with my eyes. Russian prison tattoos that told stories I didn't fully understand yet. "You're staring," he murmured without opening his eyes. "How did you know?" "I always know when you're looking at me." He opened his eyes. Gray and clear in the morning light. "Good morning." "Good morning." He pulled me closer. Kissed my shoulder. "Any regrets?"
No.
"You? Never." He sat up, sheets pooling around his waist. "But we need to talk about what happens next." My stomach clenched. That sounds ominous. Victor won't stop. Yesterday was a warning. Today or tomorrow, he'll try something else. Like what? Like coming after you when I'm not around. Like bribing one of my men. Like burning down the house with both of us in it. He got out of bed, pulled on pants. "I need to end this. Permanently." "You mean kill him?" "I mean remove the threat. However necessary." "When?" "Tonight. There's a meeting. Neutral ground. All the major families. I'll make Victor see reason. Or I'll make him disappear." Fear shot through me. "What if he kills you first?" "He won't."
You don't know that.
"Yes, I do. I've survived worse men than Victor Kozlov. I'll survive him too." He came back to the bed, cupped my face. "But if something does happen to me, Dmitri has instructions. Money. New identity. You'll be taken care of." "I don't want money. I want you to come back." "I will. I promise." "Don't make promises you can't keep." "I've never broken a promise to you yet." He hadn't. Everything he'd said he'd do, he'd done. "Be careful." I whispered. "Always am." He kissed me once more, then got dressed. Expensive suit. Gun in a shoulder holster. He looked every inch the dangerous mob boss he was. "Stay in the house," he said. "Don't answer the door for anyone. Dmitri and 5 men will be here. You'll be safe." "Okay. I mean it, Sophia. Don't leave. Don't take chances." "I won't." He nodded, then left. I sat there in his bed, in his shirt, trying not to think about all the ways tonight could go wrong. The day dragged. I tried to read. Couldn't focus. Tried to eat. Couldn't stomach food. Tried to sleep. Couldn't stop imagining Constantine bleeding out somewhere. By 8 p.m., I was pacing the living room like a caged animal. Dmitri watched me with sympathy. "He'll be fine. I've seen him in much worse situations." "That doesn't help." He survived 15 years in this business. He's not easy to kill. Everyone dies eventually. Not Mr. Volkov. He's too stubborn. Despite my fear, I smiled a little. 9 p.m. No word. 10 p.m. Nothing. By 11 I was ready to climb the walls. Then I heard cars. Multiple cars. Coming up the driveway fast. Dmitri tensed. His hand went to his gun. Get to the safe room.
Now.
Is it Victor? I don't know. But I'm not taking chances. Go. I ran. Down the hallway. Through the door. Down the stairs. But I didn't lock myself in the safe room. Instead, I went to the monitors. Multiple cars. Black SUVs. They screeched to a stop in front of the house. Men poured out. And then I saw him.
Constantine. Alive.
Walking. Moving. Relief flooded through me so hard I almost collapsed. But something was wrong. He was limping. Blood on his shirt. Being helped by his men. I ran back upstairs. Burst out of the basement. Dmitri tried to stop me, but I pushed past him. Constantine was in the foyer, being helped to a chair. Sophia. He saw me. I told you to stay in the safe room. You're hurt. I'm fine. You're bleeding. It's not mine. Mostly. He winced as one of his men examined his side. Just a graze. I've had worse. What happened? Victor made his choice. The wrong one. Constantine's face was hard.
Cold.
He's no longer a problem. You killed him. He tried to kill me first. Pulled a gun in the middle of the meeting. Shot me, actually. Hence the graze. My men killed him before he could finish the job. Is it over? I whispered. Really over? It's over. The Kozlovs will elect a new leader. Someone smarter. Someone who knows not to come after you.
He reached for my hand.
You're safe now. Truly safe. I started crying.
Couldn't help it.
All the fear, the stress, the terror of the past week came flooding out. Constantine pulled me into his arms despite the blood, despite the pain. It's okay. You're okay. We're both okay. I thought you were dead. Takes more than Viktor Kozlov to kill me. He tilted my chin up. I made you a promise. I came back. Don't do that again. Do what?
Get shot.
I don't like it.
He laughed.
Actually laughed. I'll do my best to avoid it in the future. The medic, apparently Constantine had a medic on staff, shooed me away so he could work. I watched from the doorway as they patched him up. The bullet had grazed his ribs. Painful, but not serious. When they were done, he came to me.
Let's go upstairs, he said.
I need a shower, and you need to stop looking at me like I'm going to collapse. Are you going to collapse? Not tonight. We went upstairs. I helped him into the shower, washed the blood off him gently. He stood there, letting me, not complaining about the pain I knew he must be feeling. After, I helped him into bed. He pulled me down next to him. What happens now? I asked, my head on his chest. Now, you decide what you want. What I want? You're safe. Victor is dead. Your father is in rehab. The Kozlovs won't come after you. You're free, Sophia. Free to leave, go back to school, live your life. My heart clenched. You want me to leave? I want you to have a choice. A real choice. Not one forced on you by circumstances. And if I choose to stay,
then you stay.
In my home. In my life. In my bed.
He looked at me.
But you need to understand what that means. I'm not a normal man.
I don't have a normal life.
If you're with me, you're part of this world. The danger. The violence. All of it. I know.
Do you? Really?
Because once you choose this, once you choose me, there's no going back to normal. Your life will never be ordinary again. My life stopped being ordinary the night my father sold me. The night you saved me. I sat up, looked at him. I don't want normal, Constantine. Normal is what got me sold at an auction. Normal is my father gambling away everything. Normal is being alone and scared and invisible. And what do you want instead? I want to feel alive. I want to feel safe. I want to wake up next to someone who sees me as more than just a problem to solve. I took his hand. I want you. All of you. The dangerous parts and the soft parts and everything in between. I'm not soft. You are with me. You can pretend you're not, but I see it. The way you look at me, the way you protect me, the way you hold me like I'm something precious. He pulled me down, kissed me hard. You are precious. More precious than anything I've ever protected. Then let me stay. Let me be yours. For real. Sophia. He said my name like a prayer, like a promise. If you stay, I'll never let you go. Never. You understand that? Yes. I'll be possessive, jealous, overprotective. I'll watch you like a hawk and eliminate any threat before it gets close. Sounds perfect. It sounds insane. Maybe. But I've had enough of sane and normal. I want insane. I want you. He stared at me for a long moment. Then he pulled me closer, holding me tight against him. Okay, he whispered. Okay, you're mine. And I'm yours. No matter what. Promise. I promise. And I keep my promises.
He did.
I'd learned that about him. 3 months later, I stood in the garden of the estate, watching the sunset. Dad had gotten out of rehab 2 weeks ago.
Clean.
Sober. Apologetic. I'd met with him. Heard him out. Forgiven him mostly. We were working on rebuilding trust. He'd never know what really happened that night. Constantine made sure of it. As far as Dad knew, a mysterious benefactor had paid his debt and sent him to rehab. He didn't need to know the benefactor was the man sleeping in my bed every night. I'd enrolled in online classes. Finishing my degree, Constantine insisted. Said I'd worked too hard to give up now. He was right. Life had settled into a new normal. Strange but good. I helped Dimitri with security schedules. Started counseling some of Constantine's men who struggled with PTSD. Found purpose in this dangerous world. And at night, I slept in Constantine's arms. Safe.
Loved.
Protected. There you are. His voice came from behind me. He wrapped his arms around my waist, pulled me back against his chest. Dimitri said you were out here. Just thinking. About how different my life is now. How different I am.
Regrets? No.
Not a single one. I turned in his arms. You saved me, you know. Not just that night at the auction. Every day since. You saved me from becoming bitter. From giving up. From hating the world. You saved yourself. I just provided backup. We saved each other then.
Yeah.
I guess we did. He kissed my forehead. Come inside. I have something for you. What is it? You'll see. I followed him into the house. He led me to his office, where a manila folder sat on the desk. What's this? Open it.
I did.
Inside were legal documents. Adoption papers, guardianship papers, and a death certificate. My death certificate. Sophia Bennett died 3 months ago. Constantine said quietly.
Car accident.
Very tragic. There was a funeral and everything. I stared at the papers. You killed me. I freed you. Sophia Bennett was a girl sold at an auction. A victim. A tragedy waiting to happen. He took my hand. But you're not her anymore. So I'm offering you a choice. A new identity. A new name. A fresh start as someone who is never sold, never auctioned, never owned by anyone. Who would I be? Anyone you want. Though I have a suggestion if you're interested. What suggestion? He pulled out another document. A marriage certificate. Blank, waiting to be filled in. My breath caught. Marry me, he said simply. Not because you owe me. Not because you're grateful. But because you want to. Because we fit together. Because in 3 months, you've become the most important thing in my world, and I don't want to imagine my life without you in it. Constantine, I know it's fast. I know it's insane. I know every logical part of you is screaming that this is a bad idea. He cupped my face. But I also know that I love you. That I'd die for you. That I'd burn down the entire world to keep you safe. And I hope you feel the same way. I did. God help me, I did. Yes, I whispered. Yes. Yes, I'll marry you. Yes, I love you. Yes to all of it. He kissed me, deep and desperate and full of promise. When we pulled apart, he smiled. Really smiled. Not his usual cold expression, but something genuine and warm. So, what's my new name going to be? I asked. Whatever you want. Though Sophia Volkov has a nice ring to it. It does. I looked at the papers. At the death certificate that ended one life and the marriage certificate that would start another. When? Tomorrow. Next week. Whenever you're ready. Tomorrow. I decided. I don't want to wait. Tomorrow it is. He pulled me close, and I let myself sink into his embrace. This dangerous man who'd saved me. This killer who'd protected me. This criminal who'd loved me when I was at my lowest. My father had sold me to pay his debts, but Constantine had bought me to set me free, and in doing so, he'd freed us both. Thank you so much for reading Sold to the Devil. If you enjoyed Sophia and Constantine's story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more intense and emotional Mafia stories. Let me know in the comments, would you have chosen to stay with Constantine or run? What did you think of the ending? Your support means the world to me, and I love hearing your thoughts on these stories. Until next time, stay safe, stay smart, and remember, sometimes the most dangerous people are the ones who save us. This is your storyteller, signing off. Keep living carefully out there.